Ecclesiastes 2. Solomon conducted his search for life's meaning as an experiment. He first tried pursuing pleasure. He undertook great projects, bought slaves and herds and flocks, amassed wealth, acquired singers, added many concubines to his harem, and made the greatest person in Jerusalem. But none of these gave him satisfaction. But as I looked at everything I had worked so hard to accomplish, it was all so meaningless, like chasing the wind. There was nothing really worthwhile anywhere. Some of the pleasures Solomon sought were wrong, and some were worthy. But even the worthy pursuits were futile. When he pursued them as an end in themselves, we must look beyond our activities to the reasons we do them and the purpose they fulfill. Is your goal in life to search for meaning or to pursue God who gives meaning? Solomon had built houses, the temple, a kingdom, and a family. In the course of history, they all would be ruined. In Psalms 127:1, Solomon wrote, "Unless the Lord builds a house, the work of the builders is wasted. Unless the Lord protects a city, guarding it with sentries will do no good." This book is part of Solomon's testimony as to what happens to a kingdom or family that forgets God. As you examine your projects or goals, what is your starting point, your motivation? Without God as your foundation, all you are living for is meaningless. Solomon summarizes many attempts at finding life's meaning as chasing the wind. We feel the wind as it passes, but we can't catch hold of it or keep it. In all our accomplishments, even the big ones, our good feelings are only temporary. Security and self-worth are found not in these accomplishments, but far beyond them in the love of God. Think about what you consider worthwhile, where you place your time, energy, and money. Will you one day look back and decide that you too were chasing the wind? Solomon realized that wisdom alone cannot guarantee eternal life. Wisdom, riches, and personal achievement matter very little after death. And everyone must die. We must not build our life on perishable pursuits, but on the solid foundation of God. Then even if everything we have is taken away, we still will have God, who is all we really need anyway. This is the point of the book of Job. Is death the ultimate equalizer of all people? No matter what they attain in life. While this appears to be true from an earthly perspective, God makes it clear, as Solomon later points out at 12:14, and that what we do here has a great impact upon our eternal reward. As king, Solomon had everything a person could want. But here he says that he came to hate life. What happened? His marvelous accomplishments left him sour because he pursued them as a means of to personal satisfaction. Personal satisfaction by itself is empty because we are alone in the enjoyment we receive. What is your attitude about what you do? If your goals are to satisfy only yourself, you will find yourself empty, seeking one thing after another, as Solomon did. If your goal is to serve God and others, then you will experience a full life, one that won't leave you sour. Solomon continued to show that hard work bears no lasting fruit for those who work solely to earn money and gain possessions. Not only will everything be left behind at death, but it may be left to those who have done nothing to earn it. In addition, it may not be well cared for, and all that was gained may be lost. In fact, Solomon's son, who inherited his throne, immediately made a foolish decision which split the kingdom. Hard work done with proper motives, caring for your family and serving God is not wrong. We must work to survive, and more important, we are responsible for the physical and spiritual well-being of those under our care. But the fruit of hard work done to glorify only ourselves will be passed on to those who may later lose or spoil it all. Such toil often leads to grief, while serving God leads to everlasting joy. Do you know the real reason you are working so hard? Is Solomon recommending we make life a big, irresponsible party? No, he is encouraging us to take pleasure in what we're doing now and to enjoy life because it comes from God's hand. True enjoyment in life comes only as we follow God's guidelines for living. Without Him, satisfaction is a lost search. Those who really know how to enjoy life are the ones who take life each day as a gift from God, thanking Him for it and serving Him in it. Those without God will have no relief from toil and no direction to guide them through life's complications.